Do you ever feel like you're watching yourself from the outside? Like you're moving through the day, doing what needs to be done, but deep down, you know that you're not even close to the person that you want to be? Well, you are not alone. Most people never become who they truly are. They trade possibility for familiarity, fire for safety, clarity for comfort. It's not because they're weak, it's because no one ever taught them how to break the script. So here's the question that we're tackling today. Why do people with so much potential stay stuck? And how do you finally take control of your direction before the clock runs out? Because this right here, the fear of wasting your own potential, is not just some passing thought. It is a defining anxiety of our generation. We don't fear effort, we fear misalignment, we fear building the wrong life, and so we stall. But today we cut through the fog. We built the frame, and if you follow me with step by step, I promise you this will be the last day you stay on the sidelines. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. J.K. Rowling, the most successful author in modern history, was once just a woman with a baby in one arm and a manuscript in another. Zero publisher, zero connection, zero money, and zero belief in herself. She was clinically depressed. She was suicidal. She was, as she said, to be in modern Britain without being homeless. But despite all that, she had one thing most people never give themselves: movement. She wrote, she submitted, she got rejected, but that's okay, but even 12 times in a row. But rejection did not stop her. Fear did not freeze her, because the idea of not trying became more painful than the idea of failing. And that's the moment that the direction shifted. You have the power over your mind, not something outside. Realize this and you will find strength. And she didn't wait for inspiration to strike, she acted. And that's where everything changed for her. She did not know she was building a global empire. She was just choosing not to waste what she had. The fear that you feel, the one that whispers you could do more, but you are not, it does not mean that you're broken. It means that you are still believing in yourself. Let us get this straight. What paralyzes you isn't laziness, it's possibility. You fear your own power. You fear betting on yourself and falling short. And so instead, you delayed. You hesitate, and you go numb. You confuse busyness with progress and comfort for peace. But you should know this. He who fights with monsters should be careful, lest he thereby become a monster himself. And if you gaze long enough into the abyss also gazes back at you. And if you stare into your fear long enough, it becomes who you are. But if you learn to move through it, it becomes your teacher. So let's not bury it. Let's use it. Let's understand it, name it, and then build beyond it. And to do that, we first need to change how you see this fear. And let us get something straight. Fear is not weakness, it's a compass. It points to what matters the most. You don't fear things that don't matter to you. So if you're afraid of wasting your own potential, of not living up to the version of yourself you imagine in those quiet moments, that's not shameful, that's sacred. You should sit with it, listen to it, and let it spark. Ask yourself, if this fear had a voice, what would it say it's protecting me from? Is it shame, or is it embarrassment? Is it the fear of failure? Is it abandonment? Then ask yourself, what's underneath that fear? What do I love so much that fear shows up to guard it? That is your internal answer. That is the beginning of your purpose. And the higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Remember, fear only shows up when your soul gets loud. When your future knocks, let's stop treating it like an enemy and start using it like fuel. Once fear is redefined, the only thing left to do is to move deliberately, visibly, and consistently. And no, you don't need motivation, you need a direction. And here's how you take the abstract idea of potential and you turn it into something you can build and take action on. This is your potential activation blueprint. First is clarity. Define what fulfilled potential actually looks like to you. Be specific, no vague goals. What would be incredibly meaningful and aligned with my life? Ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to wake up with? What kinds of challenges make me come alive? What do I want my time to say about me? And then you need to identify the gap. Look at what your current life is missing. What skills, what habits, what mindsets, and absolutely do not judge yourself. Lastly, you want to build your path forward. Break it down into micro milestones. If the goal is a mountain, build the staircase. Step by step, brick by brick. So with pen and paper, draw these 3 columns. Where I want to be, what is missing, actions that I can take this week. Do it, don't skip it. Because once your goal has a shape and your gap has steps, fear turns into focus. Remember, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimation of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any single moment. Now we have built the path, let's build the habits that moves you along it. Here's where most people stop. They've done their reflection, they've done their journaling, but when it comes time to move, they freeze once again. Because action means exposure, it means showing up. But listen, it's not about taking massive leaps, it's about taking small, repeatable, and responsible wins. This is where the daily 15 comes into play. Every day, no matter how tired, how scared, or how unmotivated you feel, give yourself 15 minutes. 15 minutes of learning, 15 minutes of building, 15 minutes of failing forward. Track it, protect it, and let it compound. Because the person who puts in 15 minutes every single day beats the person who waits for perfect inspiration to strike. Remember, you must become who you are. You're not just building your momentum, you're building an identity. Someone who shows up, someone who acts, someone who does not wait, someone who does not waste what they have been given. And maybe that's the point. Maybe your potential isn't a prize to win. Maybe it's only a responsibility to honor. Now, let's bring it all home. Let's lock in the shift, and that will change everything moving forward. You've looked fear in the eye, you've mapped out the mountain, and you've started climbing. That's more than most people have in their own lifetime. And here's the thing, fear will still show up, doubt will still whisper to you. But now, you don't serve them, they serve you. Every single time you honor your values, every time that you take action in alignment with your vision despite fear and doubt, you dissolve the illusion that you were ever stuck. You were never lacking in potential. You were never lacking in a path. And now you have one. So, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. So, how about us writing down the one thing that you're going to do this week to move forward? Say it out loud, share it, and show up for it. Because your future self is waiting, and every minute that you hesitate, you keep them waiting even longer. You've got the truth, now it's time to act on it. And that is all I have to say. I wish you the best.